and might as well stay at home because fuel prices have gone up.
Stop it.
Gas prices have gone up.
Little hike.
Little hike. Little hike. Okay, so commuters are going to pay a little extra for taxi rides as petrol prices hike. Now, as we all have devastatingly found out on the last day of June, the petrol prices for July have seen a hike. Effectively, that made car owners in the country line up at gas stations and fill their tanks before the new prices were implemented. And these price hikes are impacting non-drivers as well because taxi fares are expected to go up. And this was confirmed by an announcement made by the RTA, stating that RTA has issued a statement that taxi fares will see a hike from this month due to the fuel price this month will go up in line with rising fuel prices. The increase in taxi fares will be calculated based on fuel usage per kilometer, and it won't affect the opening or booking fare charges. This will only affect Dubai though. This will not only affect Dubai though.
That's true because Sharjah will also be tweaking its taxi fares based on the UAE's monthly change in fuel prices. Along with this, we also had an announcement from Uber. They sent out an email to its users stating that there would be an increase in ride prices in the UAE. So the company announced an increase of up to 11% and included a set of new prices which would be implemented from June 24. Is it time to invest in electric? Simran and I talk about our suggested investment portfolio all the time. There'll be a story where like, it's time to invest in plastic bags. It's time to invest because they're charging now.
Reusable bags, yeah.
Or plastic bags because they're charging.
No, it's never a good time to invest in plastic. Or is it? I just don't know. At one point I thought Karen coin was a thing. I thought that was a sure.
And look how smart we were to not invest.
Exactly.
But I think electric cars, I purchased my car recently, and if I had been able to afford an electric one, I would have done it because the facilities across the country are so good. Like you always go to every single mall. I'm noticing now different things about like parking.
Yeah.
And there's always these amazing parking slots for electric things. You can get, not parking slots, but you can get filled up at the mall.
I've never noticed, ever.
Oh.
I've never noticed these electric charging ports, but I've seen them in Dubai Mall, but no other malls. But possibly there are. You just have to go find, ask around. But now new Tesla fleets will be going on the road, will be hitting the road from Dubai taxi side. So it's happening. Slowly the shift is happening to electric vehicles.
And this is the thing, like Uber and RTA, they don't want to, by the way, raise taxi prices. Like they're doing it because of obviously fuel prices have gone up, and then like if you know drivers need to get paid, everyone needs to get paid, so the prices had to go up in line with fuel prices. But you can see with Uber bringing in Tesla cars, like that is a small step. Like Teslas are not cheap, but it's a small step to be able to eventually kick out our massive reliance on fuel.
Oh, that's true.
But there's a little bit of a hike in fares at the moment, and we're all going to feel the pinch.
I gotta say, the content people had out for, you know, like end of June, beginning of July, like people put out those funny videos of like fuel prices hiking.
It's the new thing that like we're getting so many DMs about, like the queues and people watching the queues, and then people, it's great.
Before it was,
I love those.
I can't remember, but now it's become fuel, and every weekend it's become the earthquake for the last 3 weekends.
That's because there's been major earthquakes every weekend. Not major, but have you been awake? Did you guys feel them? Again, this one there was what, 2 in the space of 2 hours?
I've never, you know what? I hate saying this. I really hate saying this, but I didn't feel any this year. I did feel one last year, but I feel a little bit of FOMO, and I hate saying that because I don't know. I just feel like, you know, because everyone's like, oh, I felt it. Did you feel it? I felt it. Did you feel it? I'm like, no.
Because we're seeing all the videos of the crockery moving and the cups going back and forth.
I was wide awake when it happened. I did feel it.
But depends where you are. It depends on your building.
Everything shook. My roommate felt it. I didn't feel it. It's just like zoned out. I don't know what I was doing.
Well, but it's a weird one because I think unless we saw it all over the news, I remember once I was in a building in JLT and there was one, and I nearly felt like a little bit dizzy, and I was like, it felt like, oh, I've forgotten to eat something and I'm a little bit nauseous.
Was that when you were in the office?
Yeah. And then 2 seconds later, people were like, that's an earthquake. I was like, oh, that was an earthquake. So we're super lucky that they're very minimal. So we probably were just like feeling a little bit spacey.
I don't know, but did you feel it this weekend?
No.
Were you asleep?
Yes.
Yeah. I saw people go down under my building. I'm just like, what are they doing? You know, like, why so much commotion in the night? Was for an earthquake.
So people evacuated without being told to. They were just
they just went
smart.
down. I think a lot of areas in Dubai and Sharjah, there were some videos on TikTok where like 2-3 buildings were completely vacated and people were waiting downstairs. One person started running and everyone started following him, but there was nothing to run for. I'll show you the video.
That's worrying, but I would be under the impression that if it's an earthquake, I go to a door frame and put my hands and I stand there until it ends, because earthquakes are short-lived things unless there's... So I wouldn't be leaving because nervous.
Or you go